Synchronicity. It's a word that gets tossed around a lot these days. Some say it's source speaking to us. Others call it messages from our higher self. And then there are those who write things off as coincidence. Me, I don't believe in coincidences. If something happens, I figure it's happening for me, not just to me. Life is always trying to get our attention. It's just a matter of whether we're listening. Yesterday, life decided to speak to me through a sliver. I stepped on a tiny piece of wood from my floors, and by the next morning, my foot was swollen. Not exactly a mystical experience, right? Well, stay with me. I Googled how to get it out because, of course I did, and the internet told me to soak my foot in Epsom salts. So I ran a bath, figuring I might as well make the most of it. And since I was already there, I settled in for meditation. And that's when things got interesting. Almost immediately, I found myself in a different space. I was sitting at a sacred fire, white buffalo calf woman sitting across from me, a warrior dancing in the flickering light. Her teaching was about the body. She revealed to me that it has its own consciousness, its own divinity, and that my job isn't to fix it, but to revere it. And that intrigued me, especially since hours before I'd been listening to a teacher talk about how ancient cultures honored animals because they live in pure alignment with the divine. No ego, no overanalyzing, just instinct and knowing. And suddenly I saw the connection. Our bodies are animals too. We treat our bodies like things to control. We push them, shame them, try to fix them. But what if we've had it all wrong? What if the body already knows what it's doing? What if, instead of trying to override it, we actually started listening? Not as something separate from me, but as a sacred hybrid of Gaia and Source, an ancient intelligence carrying wisdom encoded in my DNA. And I wondered, how much more could I unlock if I stopped treating the body as something to dominate and started honoring it as the divine creation it is? So yeah, a sliver of my foot turned into a full-blown mystical download. And that's the thing. Messages don't always come through in grand dramatic ways. Sometimes they show up in the smallest, most ordinary moments. A random ache, a gut feeling, a whisper of intuition. The body is always speaking. The question is, are we willing to listen?